as always. Well, it is spring, just like Raquel said. Last week was the first day of spring, last Sunday, and here we are. Time for a renewal again. Winter's over. We have plants growing, birds singing, robins in the yard, all kinds of birds, all kinds of flowers. I've got bulbs blooming, magnolia trees blooming, all those things. So how do we work with spring? What does it mean to us personally? As you know, I have a very big garden, mostly all flowers, a few trees, but they take cultivation. They take work to keep them growing properly. We have to fertilize them, add water when they need it, when we don't have all the rain that we've had lately. It's all indicative of the same things that we need for ourselves. In our garden, we pull weeds. We dig the soil to plant new ones. We plant seeds. For all that. So let's compare gardening to ourselves, building a better life for ourselves. The more one works and plants, the more one can harvest in gardening. The more one works to prepare the soil, adding compost, digging it into the existing soil, creating the foundation for your garden, the better yield you will have, whether it is vegetables or flowers, either one. When we look at our personal lives, we find there are foundations there that we must cultivate to grow our best selves. Yes, we can grow our best self. We grow in our belief systems. The more good we can do, the more success one can achieve. Do you strive for happiness, love, joy, success? If you do, look for happiness, look for love, look for success, joy, health, abundance in all you do. It's a way of cultivating your own garden. Create it. Be happier. Look for all the ways love is expressed around you and through you. Strive for success. Look for joy. Open yourself for finding abundance and what brings you joy. What you concentrate upon, you bring to you. How often do we find ourselves or find others who are always finding something negative to complain about or criticize in others, finding this negativity in their lives or even on our own? These are our weeds. These are what we must learn to root out. Just as we take out the weeds from our garden so we have more room for the others to grow, so they won't be stifled. We have to remove these things, the negativity things from our life. And that will help us grow as well. Because as you root out the negative, what comes, always replace it with something positive in your nature, whatever you want to do. And always replace the negative with positivity and beauty. Remember, your thoughts can be beautiful. Create the beauty within your mind, and then the outside of your life will reflect that beauty. And as we progress, we choose to seek out that which brings us happiness, that love, that health, that abundance of positivity. Remember the saying, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall open for you. This is the law of attraction. What do you choose? The universe strives to give us what we concentrate on. As we seek, we need to be diligent and watch for the clues and signs of the universe that will bring help to us so we can attain our dreams. Oftentimes, we ignore sign after sign that infinite intelligence brings to us to help better us, to bring those things into flower in our own life. Lessons are brought to us as examples of what we either need to let go of or lessons on how to build our better lives. Look within and without. We can be so busy doing what we do that we miss these signs. People may come into our lives to help us, or they may come into our lives to teach us a lesson on what to let go of. Do you meditate? Do you do a dream journal? Do you vision quest? All these, do you do them when you have questions on what to do next? I find that the meditation is probably the best form of what to do when I find I need something to do. I just go into a meditative state and ask to be shown or to tell me audiently what is best for my action in this particular moment. And I almost always get the answer right away. And all of us can do this. It's easy to do. You just have to stay still your mind as much as possible and just wait to hear the answer. Or say to your guides and teachers, please help me in this matter. And if they don't do it immediately, look for the signs and very quickly after, and you will usually get your answer in some form or another. Sometimes in ways we don't expect it, but we do almost always get these signs of what we need to do next. Now, when you meditate, do you talk to spirit constantly and forget to listen? Or do you actively seek to listen and find the answers to your questions? That's probably the most vital part, is listening. That is meditation, is listening to your higher self, to your guides and teachers, or to the angelic beings that are always surrounding us. They're there to help us. The same can be said for automatic writing, channeling. Go into it with some kind of question, then sit still, quietly, and listen. Write or speak into a tape recorder. They don't have tape recorders anymore, but recorders. They will all help you, but you've got to listen. And then I always find it's really best to write it down as soon as possible. Afterwards, it's like a dream sometimes, you forget what you got. And if you don't know what works best for you, experiment, try it. Find out which one works best for you. You won't know till you try. You've got to put some kind of action into your own cultivation of your mind and your soul. And then once you find it, always give gratitude for what you found. Just as the flowers to me give gratitude by producing their beautiful flowers. I mean, for them, it's a form of reproduction, but they do it in such a glorious, beautiful way. And we can have that beauty in our own lives too, if we just look for it and actively pursue it and weed out the weeds. All these are ways to cultivate the mind and seek higher guidance. The main thing we need to do, the main thing is to take some form of action. Do it. Don't think somebody else is going to do it for you. The garden does not grow completely on its own. Or if you do, you let it grow on its own, you get weeds. It's natural. Same thing happens with us. We need to constantly be aware of what we're thinking, of what we're doing, how our actions speak for us. Are we walking our talk? So many people say the words, then you look at their lives and it's absolutely horrendous. It's because they know what to do, they just don't do it. If an idea is new to you, so far as automatic writing or inspired speaking or inspired writing, do some research. You've got your computers. There are thousands of different ways to access this information that's always available to you. If you go online, sometimes you can find a technique that will work for you. If one technique doesn't work, let it go. Find another technique, and eventually you will find something that will work for you to help you cultivate your mind, to help cultivate a new mindset where you see positivity in everyone and everything. But always remember, when you try something new, make sure it brings you joy and happiness. If we focus our attention on it, our mind will expand and it's open to find ways to use it. It has been wisely said that things may happen around you, may happen to you, but the things that matter the most are the things that happen within and through you. Be positive and loving. When you find yourself thinking these negative thoughts, don't beat yourself up for it. Just say, okay, like I need to find something else I need to let go of. And then move on to changing whatever it is negative that you thought or said, immediately change it to something positive. Or if nothing else, go to cancel, clear. Create some kind of mnemonic which resets your mind to a more basic set of peace and calm and positivity as well. Because if you concentrate on those positive things, you will find so much coming into your life. You will find abundance flowing to you. Pay attention to the wisdom and guidance of your heart. Remember, your heart center is the center where love exists within you. It's also the healing chakra also. You can have the green with healing, pink with love. So all of that is within you. Sometimes we need to peel away the layers of the onion to find what is inside of us, to find that peace. And when we find ourselves thinking negatively, peel that onion away and discard it to create an inner core which has all the beauty inside. Remember, a simple bulb that we plant in the fall is nothing but a little, bulb. What does it do? Looks like nothing almost, but you plant it. Then later in the spring, it starts coming up all over in your garden. And eventually you'll get a flower, which is this expression of beauty. So find beauty in that and find the beauty within you that can create that flower of life, flower of love and peace within you. Let the flowers, let the plants around you be examples for you. Look for their beauty. Even some of the weeds are beautiful. They have beautiful flowers. It doesn't mean you have to grow them in your garden. You can let someone else's yard have it and admire it that way. Look at dandelions. Most people consider them weeds. In some countries, they cultivate them for food. It all depends on your mindset and what you're used to. I think they're one of the most beautiful harbingers of spring. Those beautiful yellow flowers. And then the little puff balls of seeds that you blow on. We blew on as kids. I still do. And your mind goes back to childhood when you do that. You find the true childlike qualities that you have within you, where you don't have worries. You're not fearful. Let these plants and your pets, your animals around you, be your guides. They will teach you immensely if you will but look and observe what they are doing. They truly are aspects of ourselves. Because as we appreciate them, we appreciate beauty, we appreciate the love of our lives that we have, our ability to share with others, the ability to send healing to others as well. So, in closing, as I've just said, be aware. Keep your awareness constant. Don't be a walking zombie. Like I've seen so many people that just go through life like zombies, not doing a thing. I've got some relatives that are that way. All they do is sit and sit and sit and sit, especially in COVID. It's so easy to do, especially before when we were really in lockdown. But even in lockdown, or in these times of fear, we can go within and find so much to do. We can work on ourselves, if nothing else. And that's the best gift we can give ourselves, is to work on self. Find your positive traits that you have and nourish them. Weed out that which you don't want anymore. You say, I let you go. Thank you for serving me. Thank you for giving me this lesson. I let you go freely now. And then replace it with a positive thought, a loving thought of yourself. That is the most important thing, is to love yourself. I know we say it over and over and over, love yourself. But if you don't, none of this stuff works. Because you've got to have an appreciation of your life, of all you've done, positive and negative, because there were lessons for you, the negatives. The positives are lessons too. We're here to learn. We're here to help others as we help ourselves. That's what makes a difference in this world. Keeping positive, being aware, and keeping and sharing your love with others, but also first with yourself. Thank you so much.